Okay, nice work on that. Try one more. Let's talk about it, make sure we're on the same page. So what's the first thing we actually have to do before we can add our fractions, and why? Say it out loud. Yes, we actually have to rename our tenths as hundredths because we need fractions to have the same denominator in order to add them. We can only add fractions when they have the same size pieces. So if you come across something like this in your work today, where you've got fractions with different denominators, what are you going to need to make sure and remember? Say it out loud. Yes, we can only add fractions with the same size pieces, so they have to have the same denominators. Read it with me. When adding fractions, they must have the same size pieces, so they must have the same denominators. Okay, great. So how would you rename 8 tenths, and why? Say it out loud. Yeah, you probably take 8 tenths and multiply it by 10 over 10, giving us 80 hundredths. Because if you multiply this fraction by 10 tenths, or 10 over 10, you're going to get an equivalent fraction that has a denominator of 100, which is the same denominator as the other fraction that we're working with. And we know we can multiply the numerator and denominator of a fraction by the same number, and that will give us an equivalent fraction. Okay, so we take 80 plus 57, and we get 137, right? So we have 137 hundredths. Great. All done? Why or why not? Say it out loud. Right. My numerator is larger than my denominator. So I know that I can partition this fraction and find at least one whole. If I make one whole with 100 100ths, that leaves how much left over? Say it out loud. Yeah, 37 hundredths left. So that's actually going to be 1 and 37 hundredths. What would that be as a decimal? Say it out loud. Also say why. Yes, 1 and 37 hundredths. Because my denominator is 100, and then my numerator is 37, that is 37 hundredths. 37 hundredths.